force other people to step away from behind the fences as they were looking onto the scene. Now, we don't know who this man is or what was on him, but in footage that we've been unable to verify at this stage, there is a reference to a vest. Now, we don't know if this was a viable piece of equipment or if it was a decoy designed to cause maximum fear. We also can't confirm its presence at this stage, but footage that was circulating earlier did refer to some form of vest, and a witness that I've spoken with who was at the scene very shortly after this incident took place also told GB News that they witnessed some form of vest with wires, and that could explain why a bomb disposal unit is now at the scene. Of course, at previous car ramming and stabbing terror attacks in Britain, we have had incidents where individuals wore decoy vests, which led to them being shot as well. So firearms officers did fire several rounds at a suspect who the Manchester Mayor, Andy Burnham, says is believed to have died. But a bomb disposal unit now on the scene after that response from Greater Manchester Police.
All right, Charlie, that's Charlie Peter will keep us up to date on what's happening. We're going to get the thoughts now of security expert at the University of Buckingham, Professor Anthony Glees. Professor Glees, good morning to you. Good morning. These things are always appalling. It just seems even more appalling that they've done it. This atrocity has happened on the most special, important day in the Jewish calendar, Yom Kippur.
Absolutely so. I mean, it's a totally horrific attack. We don't know exactly how many people have been injured. Totally horrific on Yom Kippur, but also getting towards the anniversary, of course, of the 7th of October 2023 Hamas attack on Israel, where 1,200 Jews in Israel were killed, the largest number of Jews killed in a single attack by their enemies since the Holocaust. So I think in many ways, this attack in Crumpsall was the attack we were all fearing was going to take place somewhere in the world around about this time. And I apart from underlining the horror of this, we're seeing scenes of lovely Manchester leafy streets, and there's this terror taken straight into England's green and pleasant lands. But we're also reminded of the fact that the war in Gaza has served to radicalize many people. We're told the would-be terrorist acted alone. It's always hard to say exactly what alone means, not a network, but that the Gaza war played a role in this. There's absolutely no excuse, quite the reverse. But that the Gaza war played a role in this will mean that many more Jewish communities will be worried. And there are a lot of Jewish people in Manchester, about 30,000 Jews there, making Manchester the second largest Jewish population after London in the UK. Very vulnerable, of course. And we know that some of the new groups of Jews who've come to Manchester are the Haredi, or very Orthodox Jews, who are easily identifiable as being of the Jewish persuasion. So there are lots and lots of sitting targets. As I say, 30,000 Jews in Manchester, a tradition of assimilation in Manchester in the sense that they've contributed to the life of the city, indeed to the wealth of the city for many years. And on the whole, over the course of 100 years or so, very little overt anti-Semitism and, of course, no terror at all. So this is horrifying. I think the fact the Prime Minister is leaving an important meeting in Denmark on security to fly back tells us that he takes this very seriously, indeed, as he should. There's just one thing that one should say. People like me, looking at the scenes you're showing so revealingly, will feel the cops